So Romans 2:29, it sounded, if I remember the email, it sounded like she was entertaining the idea that Paul means whoever's heart is circumcised becomes a Jew. And so therefore, if my heart is circumcised, therefore I'm a Jew. In other words, so he is a Jew who is one inwardly, so that Jewish identity is an inward reality that is worked on by the Holy Spirit, by the circumcision of the heart. And while that's a very lovely interpretation, I don't think that's at all what Paul has in mind. Paul is there's a little bit of wordplay here on the name Yehudah, which means praise, like we learn, right? And we learn that from Genesis, who receive praise from men or from God rather than from men. And he's trying to, this section here in Romans 2 is addressing people who are in fact physical stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are Jews in the political, religious sense, but they are not behaving according to the faith of Abraham. And so that's his target. And he's trying to explain to them that if their external circumcision might look good to the community, and their observance of Shabbat might look good to the community, and their support of the poor, etc.
What's on the outside, in other words.
But if the inside is not repentant, of genuinely repentant and recognition of the need for God's grace, that one is a sinner. And the reason hearts don't see that is because they think that they're self-righteous, right? They justify themselves and see sin everywhere else in the world, but in their own heart. That person needs circumcision of the heart. And that would be the ideal Jew of the scriptures. That doesn't mean that everybody whose heart is circumcised also becomes a Jew. Paul's specifically talking about hypocrisy among Jews,
right,
in that day and age,
right.
So just to clarify, it sounded like she might take the lady who wrote the email might take that in a different way than I take it. So, but I would just look at the context, and I believe that the context is very much on the side of my approach to this. And there is that play on word. There's definitely a play on the concept of that Paul understands that the word Jew, Judaios, it means praise. And that's why he says, he talks about, because it has to do with praise. And we know this from the end of Genesis, where Jacob is in Israel and he's, or in Egypt, and he's blessing all the sons. And he talks about Judah, Yehudah. And it talks about the word praise is there, and there's a word play. And this is not unique to this situation. He does the same thing in Romans 4, where Paul does, where he shows that Avraham means the father of multitude of nations, right? This is no different than Yeshua, we call him Yeshua for he will save his people from their sins, or I call you Peter because you are a rock, like Kepha, and on this rock, right? Or so this kind of thing is not new to us, right? Associating names with meaning. It's throughout the Tanakh. So anyway, those are some of the key things I wanted to at least be able to point out, just to help clarify some differentiation between the tone of what I heard her email versus what I'm thinking it's saying there.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button, and check out more videos from Messiah Matters.